Well, welcome back to the Auto Insider YouTube channel, where design meets drive, and every review is a road test for the soul. Today's spotlight is on a crossover that's turning heads and rewriting expectations. The 2025 Hyundai Tucson isn't just refreshed, it's redefined. Buckle up, because this one's going to surprise you. Some crossovers play it safe. This one, it walks into the segment like it owns the room. The new Tucson blends sharp creases with futuristic LED signatures and a bold parametric grille that looks like it was carved by a digital sculptor. It's not trying to be subtle, and that's exactly the point. Inside, Hyundai continues its quiet revolution. A pair of 12.3-inch screens sit side by side, blending the instrument cluster and infotainment into one seamless digital suite. Touch-sensitive climate controls, soft touch surfaces, and customizable ambient lighting make the cabin feel more luxe than the price suggests. Now let's talk about what happens when rubber meets road. The 2025 Tucson Hybrid features a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine paired with an electric motor, delivering a combined 226 horsepower. But it's not just the numbers, it's how the Tucson delivers them. The torque comes early, throttle response is sharp, and the CVT automatic feels far more intuitive than a CVT. Handling? Surprisingly composed. Hyundai's HTRAC all-wheel drive system keeps the Tucson planted in corners, while the ride remains smooth and composed over rough pavement. Whether you're weaving through city traffic or climbing into the hills, the Tucson feels agile and, dare we say, fun. Fuel economy sits around 38 miles per gallon combined in the hybrid trim. That's impressive for a crossover this capable. And it means you'll spend more time driving and less time fueling up. Tech-wise, Hyundai doesn't hold back. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay come standard. Advanced safety features like forward collision avoidance, lane keeping assist, and smart cruise control, also standard. And with the optional Bose sound system, it sounds as good as it drives. Prices start just under $28,000, 0 cents, with top-spec hybrid models topping out around $40, 0 cents. Okay, and for what you get, design, powertrain, tech, efficiency, it's honestly one of the best values on the market right now. The 2025 Hyundai Tucson doesn't just play the game, it's changing the rules. Bold, efficient, and unexpectedly fun to drive. If this is what Hyundai brings to the table for a compact SUV, we can't wait to see what's next. And let me know if you want a closer look at trim comparisons, real-world MPG tests, or an SUV face-off with its top rivals.
Some vehicles whisper luxury. The 2025 Range Rover doesn't whisper. It roars with quiet confidence. It arrives like a force of nature, powerful, refined, and utterly unapologetic. The silhouette is iconic but sharper, clean lines flush. Doctor handles and a floating roofline make it instantly recognizable, yet undeniably modern. This isn't just design, it's presence. The laser-cut matrix LED headlights don't just light the road, they announce it. Inside, it's less cabin, more lounge. Premium leather or sustainable ultra fabrics line every surface, while open pore, wood and hidden lighting create an atmosphere that feels more private jet than SUV. Every control is minimal, intuitive, and solid. Sit down and the chaos of the world fades out. Then you press start. Under the hood, the 2025 Range Rover offers a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, producing 533 horsepower and rocketing this luxury heavyweight from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds. It's thunder in a velvet suit. Prefer cleaner power? The plug-in hybrid delivers 51 miles of electric range with seamless transition between powertrains. And then there's the ride. Air suspension floats over broken roads like they're freshly paved. All-wheel steering shrinks his turning circle, making tight city maneuvers feel effortless. It's surprisingly agile, graceful even, especially for something this commanding. Technology doesn't shout here, it simply works. A curved 13.1-inch touchscreen runs the latest Pivi Pro system with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and crisp graphics. Meanwhile, the 35-speaker Meridian signature sound system makes even traffic sound cinematic. And yes, this all comes at a price. The 2025 Range Rover starts at around $107,000, but this isn't just an SUV, it's an experience. A legacy evolved into something smarter, faster, and even more elegant. The 2025 Range Rover isn't trying to keep up. is defining what comes next. And if you thought this was impressive, wait until you see what we've got lined up next. On Auto Insider, the road always leads to something remarkable. Stay sharp.
In. It's not every day a compact SUV dares to feel this premium, yet bold. But the 2026 Audi Q3 isn't here to blend in. It's here to reset expectations. At first glance, it's unmistakably Audi. Sharp LED matrix headlights, a widened octagonal, grille, and sculpted lines that catch the light just right. But for 2026, Audi tightened up everything. It's more athletic, more confident, and rides with a planted stance that almost whispers sport sedan in disguise. Step inside, and that whisper becomes a full-on declaration. Audi's digital cockpit greets you with crisp, customizable displays, while the 10.9-inch MMI touchscreen bends subtly toward the driver. Yes, even in a compact SUV, this cockpit is yours. Soft touch materials are everywhere. Brushed aluminum and stitched leather accents remind you that Audi doesn't do basic. And the ambient lighting? It's like driving through your own VIP lounge. Now let's talk power. Under the hood, the Q3 carries a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, now pushing out 245 horsepower. That's a solid boost over the previous model, and with Quattro all-wheel drive standard, this thing grips the pavement like it means business. 0 to 60? Just 6.2 seconds. Not bad for an SUV you can still parallel park without sweating. Fuel economy lands around 27 mpg combined, helped by a smart, mild hybrid system that subtly assists acceleration and smooths out stop-start transitions. On the road, the Q3 feels tight, composed, and genuinely fun through corners. Audi tuned the suspension to soak up imperfections without ever feeling soft. City commutes and weekend drives are equally enjoyable. Tech-wise, the Q3 loads up with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, advanced voice control, and a suite of driver aids including adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and traffic jam assist. This SUV doesn't just look smart, it is smart. Pricing for the 2026 Audi Q3 starts around $38,000, but our test model, loaded with the S-Line trim, panoramic sunroof, and Bang & Olufsen audio, nudges closer to $47,000. For what it offers, that's not just luxury, it's precision-engineered value. So is the 2026 Q3 just another premium SUV? Not even close. It's an experience, refined yet athletic, compact yet commanding. And it proves once again, Audi knows exactly how to play in this space and win. Stick around, because if this Q3 surprised you, just wait till you see what's coming next. There's something else on the horizon that might just rewrite the rule book again.
The city breathes, the streets pulse with rhythm, and into this beat rolls something small, but far from subtle. This is the 2026 Fiat 500X, reimagined, revitalized, and ready to stir up everything you thought you knew about compact crossovers. At first glance, the 500X still carries that unmistakable Italian charm, curvy, playful, and full of character. But look closer, and you'll notice sharper LED lighting, a more sculpted grille, and bolder wheels that hint at a more mature, confident attitude. It's still fun-sized, but now with a sharper bite. Inside, the 500X surprises. Fiat has finally brought the cabin up to a premium level it always hinted at. Soft touch surfaces, contrast stitching, and a minimal but modern dashboard layout. The 10.25-inch touchscreen is crisp, fast, and finally feels like it belongs in 2026. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and over-the-air updates come standard. It's intuitive, not overwhelming. Functional, not flashy, but what truly defines the 2026 500X is what lies beneath the design. Under the hood, a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mild hybrid setup delivers 177 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque, enough to move the 500X with lively enthusiasm. A 7-speed dual-clutch transmission snaps through gears with surprising precision, especially in sport mode, which tightens throttle response and injects some playful urgency into your daily drive. Acceleration is sprightly for its class. 0 to 100 km/h in just under 8.5 seconds. But where the Fiat really shines is in how nimble it feels around town. Light steering, tight turning radius, and improved suspension tuning make this compact SUV a joy in tight spaces and twisty roads alike. Fiat claims a combined fuel economy of 5.8 li 100 km, realistic and wallet-friendly, especially in urban settings. Pricing starts around $27,000, making it one of the more accessible entries in the crossover world. But it's not just about price, it's about personality. The 500X offers something others in the segment often forget: emotion. That hard-to-define charm that makes a car feel more like a companion than a tool. For those who want style without sacrificing substance, the Fiat 500X is no longer just cute. It's clever, capable, and unexpectedly refined. And as always, Auto Insider is just getting warmed up. Stick around, we've got something wild waiting in the wings. You won't want to miss what's next.
There are cars you drive, and there are cars that drive you. The 2026 Toyota GR86 isn't here to follow trends. It's here to remind us what pure, undiluted driving feels like, where asphalt meets adrenaline in its rawest form. Toyota has refined the silhouette, lower, meaner, tighter. Subtle flares on the fenders whisper track ready, while the sharpened nose and ducktail rear spoilers scream heritage. This isn't a redesign, it's an evolution that respects its roots and challenges everything around it. Step inside, and the cabin speaks with intent. Bucket seats hold you like a co-pilot with purpose. The materials? A careful mix of tactile Alcantara and lightweight composites. The 8-inch touchscreen is smarter and snappier, sure, but it never distracts from the real centerpiece: your hands gripping that leather-wrapped steering wheel. Now, let's talk about why this car matters. Under the hood, a 2.4-liter flat-four boxer engine, naturally aspirated and rev-hungry, now pushing out 235 horsepower and 184 lb-ft of torque. On paper, those numbers might not drop jaws, but in motion, the GR86 absolutely sings. 0 to 60 in just under 5.9 seconds, with a tighter final drive that begs you to stay in gear just a little longer. Fuel economy lands around 25 mpg combined, efficient enough to be your daily thrill, but it's the way it corners that defines this machine. Near 50/50 weight distribution, a lowered center of gravity, optional adaptive dampers on the premium trim. The result? Handling that feels more alive than most cars triple its price. And yes, there's still a manual transmission, not because it's nostalgic, but because it's essential. Every shift feels like a signature on pavement. Starting at just over $31,000, 0 cents, the 2026 GR86 offers more than performance, it offers clarity, a reminder that not every car needs to chase complexity. Sometimes, it's about sharpening the experience until all that's left is the drive. This isn't the car for everyone, but for the few who get it, it's everything. And if this GR86 stirred something in you, just wait until you see what's next.